Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, kindly hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and also share this video. Please, this will really help my channel to grow. Please, thank you. Now today I'm going to make Atama back. This is like my favorite soup of all times. This is almost like the Banga soup that you have in the Delta parts of Nigeria. I think the difference is in the spices that I used. So I'm going to use some palm fruit. I'm going to extract my palm extract by myself. I'm also going to use Adan fruit, which is Uyayak. Now I will also use some Atama leaves. I mean, it cannot be Atama back without the Atama leaves, right? Okay, now I also have some smoked mackerel. For this recipe, I prefer smoked mackerel, but you can use any other smoked fish that you like. I'm also going to use unshelled periwinkles. You can use the shelled ones, but I like the obstacles. I have some ground crayfish, some blended yellow and red habanero peppers. I also have stockfish head because I prefer the flavor in the head. I also have goat meat, male goat meat to be precise, and I also have pomo. You know, this soup has to be busy, so I have pomo. Everything is going into this soup. Now let's make our palm extract. For this, I am going to pour my palm fruit into a pot. Then I'm going to pour some water over it and bring it to a boil. You want to boil this until it becomes tender to touch. That way, you know that your palm fruit is ready for you to either pound in a mortar and a pestle, or you process it in a food processor. So either way, you have to bring it to a boil until it softens enough for you to be able to get the best or the most out of that palm fruit. Now I'm going to use a food processor for mine. You can use a mortar and a pestle. I always use the plastic blade of my food processor. I never use the metal blade, so use the plastic blade. While I'm processing this, I already have water on fire because you need hot water to be able to get the most out of this palm fruit. So now we're done processing this. This took about 10 seconds in the food processor. You don't want to do it too long so that you don't damage your blades. So now I'm going to pour this into a bowl and then pour some hot water over it. So you need the hot water because you want to be able to get everything out, and the hot water is going to help that. It's like something congealing together, and if you want to loosen it up, you maybe put it over fire or in a microwave. So you just need that hot water to be able to get out the most out of your palm fruit. Now remember I said you can use the already made palm extract. They're usually canned, but I haven't used it before. I'm always wondering, I'm always skeptical if the taste is going to be the same. But if you have used the palm extract, kindly share in the comment section what your experience was like. But so I like to do mine by myself, so just pour the hot water over it and mix it thoroughly. Make sure everything, you get the most out of that palm fruit. Now you need a sieve and another bowl. I'm going to go ahead to scoop the juice or the extract that we've gotten and pass it through the sieve because you don't want the shaft. So make sure you do this thoroughly and get out all the juice that you can get. Look at how thick it is. You don't want to add too much water. Later, when you're done with the first batch, if you feel like it, you can always go back and add a little more water if you want more extract. But I like to do this I like to add water in bits so that I don't overdo it because I want it to be thick. After passing this sieve, this is what we have. Look at how thick it is. The oil is already on top and you already know that the soup is going to be on point. So this is what we have after. I still went ahead and rinsed it one more time and got out more extract, which I didn't film that. I didn't want this to be too long. So let's go ahead into making this soup. So in your pot, add all your orishirishi, your goat meat, your pomo, your periwinkles, your stockfish head. Add everything to your pot. You are going to go in with some the blended peppers. Remember I used a blend of red and yellow habanero peppers. I'm also going to add some crayfish seasoning. You can use beef seasoning if you like, but I like to use crayfish seasoning for my soups. Mix this thoroughly until well combined. Then you will add your stockfish head and allow this to cook. Allow it to cook until your meat is completely done. Before I added this pomo to this pot, I already boiled it earlier because pomo can be so tough, if you agree with me. So I like to do it separately in the what's this called now, in a pressure cooker. So I like to do that in the pressure cooker so that it softens before I start cooking. Now, while waiting for the meat, I went ahead to prepare my atama leaves. Atama leaves can be bitter, atama leaves can be sticky, they can have some slime to it. So what you want to do is pour some boiling water over it and let it sit for a while. Then you are going to wash this thoroughly under cold running water until it doesn't feel slimy in your hands anymore. Now, I went back to check on my meat and everything was already ready. The house was smelling so good. The aroma from the Uyayak is something that I don't think you should miss if you're making this soup. Now that part is done, it is time for us to go ahead and make our soup. I'm going to pour the palm extract into a pot. Always be careful when you're doing that because this always has some debris to it. Even the one that is canned always has the debris. You want to bring this to a boil for about 15 to 20 minutes until you see that the oil is beginning to float to the top. At that point, it's beginning to thicken. You can notice that notice the ring on the pot has boiled down a few centimeters. Now it is time to bring back your cooked meat and every orishi that you have. So bring that back in and soup is already looking good. Bring that back in, add your crayfish powder. You can add more pepper if you want, but always taste to know exactly what you're doing. The next thing I'm going to do is to add my smoked fish. Remember I said that I prefer smoked mackerel for this recipe, but you can use any other smoked fish that you prefer. So add your fish. At this point, you want to be very careful the way you're stirring it so that your fish doesn't scatter. So do it very gently. Be very classy about it. Yes, so allow this to cook until it thickens. You will visibly see the oil coming up. That's when you know that your soup is almost ready. I also adjusted with more seasoning. I remember I said always taste your food before you add anything so that you don't do too much. At this point, our soup is boiling and thickening nicely. You can see that the oil is already floating to the top. Now you know that this soup is almost ready. Now this is the atama leaf that I have washed and all the slime is off, all the bitterness gone. I'm adding this to the pot. I don't want to add too much. If you like more leaf, you can add that. But I just add just enough. Stir this in completely. Stir this. In fact, at this point, if you're a lover of atama soup like me, you really cannot wait for this soup to be done. I adjusted with a bit more atama because I had more. I didn't want it to go to waste, so I just added that. But this is okay. At this point, the soup is ready. And guys, this is so delicious. I hope you try this and let me know what you thought about it. Guys, if you have watched up to this point, I sincerely thank you for staying with me to the end. It means a lot to me that you have watched my video up to this point. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to leave a comment. Let me know if this is how you make yours or what is different from how you make yours. So thank you so much for watching today, and I hope that I will see you again next time when I post a new video. Take care guys, and I will see you. Remain blessed. Bye.